Unfortunately, I shouldn't say unfortunately. Well, we don't learn that in school. You don't learn that at your parish. I never learned that at my church. Any of the Bible studies. Never learned it at any conferences. I didn't learn that at any businesses. I discovered it as I kept bumping into myself. I kept bumping into people, and things weren't. I mean, I couldn't figure out why my life wasn't. Why were other people having such a good time and I was so damn miserable? That's my issue. I mean, I was like, wait a second now. I dotted my I's, I crossed the T's. I went to school, went to a great university, got a great education, was looking for that good job. I was looking for that wonderful, okay, somebody just texted me, I'm having technical difficulties. Well, what do they want me to do about that? I was still having challenges, and I couldn't figure out, okay, something's got to be missing. You know, there's something I don't know that I don't know that I don't know. That's what I knew. I knew there was something that I didn't know, but that I didn't know what it was that I didn't know. Does that make sense, Carol? Does that make a little sense that you? Yeah, there's something, but I didn't know what it was, and I didn't think I was a bad person, or did I?
Nah, that's impossible.
Well, let me process that for a minute. No, I didn't think I was a bad person, but you know what I felt though? I felt like I wasn't good enough. How about that? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I knew I wasn't a bad person, but I didn't feel like I was good enough, because that was my life experience. So, but anyways, I asked, okay, somebody said they're having technical difficulty. I don't know what to do. What do you want me to do? Give me 2 seconds, guys. Let me just forward an email real quick, because I apologize, you guys, because I didn't realize folks were having such trouble with logging on here. I do apologize. Let me see. How do I do this? I don't know how to do this. Let me pause this first. I want to welcome everybody to. I'm so excited. This is. I'm just really totally excited. Now, Lou, you have never been on a call like this before, but my friend Carol is probably sick of me now.
I don't think so, right, Carol?
No, I'm not sick of you.
Yes, you are. You know you're sick of me. No, but Carol is actually a wonderful lady. She has been with me for a while. She was on other workshops that I've done, Lou. So she enjoyed it so much, or either she was cuckoo bananas enough. She signed up for more. So, Carol, we talk about you later. But this is a special series. I know, right? I'm going to get you guys to introduce yourself. Before I get started, you guys know who I am. So, Lou and Carol, you don't know who you two are. Why don't you two introduce yourselves? Who are you and why are you on this call today? That's what I want to know. Who are you and why are you with Coach Viv today on her session about balanced bioenergy centers? Why are you here today? What's up?
You can go first, Carol, if you'd like.
Oh, okay. So, hi, Lou. I am here because I'm just trying to get better at connecting with people. I feel like I'm not. Vivian tells me I'm doing well. I probably am, but I don't believe it. So.
I think positive. You know that.
It doesn't matter what I say, Carol. What matters is what you believe. Seriously. We'll talk about that. Yeah. What you believe matters. And that determines everything. Oh, well, looky there. This is somebody else on. Let me see. This is excuse us for a sec, guys. Let's let these. Don't you love when they're early?
Hey, better late than never.
Yeah. This is not the lady who was having technical difficulties. There was two more people. And I'll find out later what happened because I have no idea. Denise, are you there?
Hi, Viv. How you doing?
Hi. Do you have visuals or are you just audio today?
No, we got visual. I can see you with your nice gold.
Well, but we can't see you. So
wait a minute. Let me see if I can fix that.
Let me send my 10-year-old grandson over to help.
You know, I need some help, girlfriend. I tell you, it's a shame. It really is. It took me a while. I've been trying to get in since 2:55.
Oh, that's okay. All right. Well,
I was trying to be on time, but my devices weren't cooperating.
We can talk about it. It's all energy. So while you work on that, we're in the middle of introductions, Denise. So Carol was introducing herself. to Lou, and she'll introduce herself to you. So, Carol, please continue, and I'm going to shut up.
So, hi, is it Denise?
Denise?
Is that how you say your name?
Well, the name Denise, you
Okay.
spell your name wrong. You spell your name demise.
Oh,
Demise.
sorry. Yeah, it's Denise.
But you got
Okay,
an M
all right.
there.
I
Is
just
that
wanted to be
Denise?
sure. So I was just saying to Lou and to you that I feel sometimes like I don't connect well with people, and I can tend to sometimes just be part of the crowd, but really kind of quiet and shy and just kind of bringing it all in and catching everything that's going on and not necessarily wanting to have a conversation, depending on what it is. If I feel like I'm above my head in water and people are like talking about things that I'm like, I don't have a whole lot to say about that, you know? And I think sometimes it turns people off. So I'm trying to figure out, what do you do when you're in these awkward situations, so that I don't have to feel socially awkward.
Okay.
Okay.
So, but how does that relate to why you're here today?
So that you can tell me more.
Really? Okay, go ahead. Fingers crossed. No, I'm kidding. Go ahead. Continue.
No, I'm good. I mean,
All right.
I'm trying to learn.
I know you are, sweetie. That's why I love you to death. It's good that I always send Carol a virtual hug because I can't really be in her presence. So we do virtual hugs. All right, Louie, what you got, buddy? Who are you and why are you here?
All right. I am a former United States Marine who served in Vietnam. I'm currently the president of Operations Initiative Foundation, which is a foundation that helps veterans, past, present, and future, who are suffering from post-traumatic stress. The reason I'm on this, the talk show today is to find out how to deal with the traumas of life and the ups and downs, the failures, and how to bounce back from the many obstacles we have to go through to achieve our goals. And and as far as, like you said, Carol, and reaching people that understand what we're talking about, and Vivian Shanghaied me up here, so I'm not gonna lie.
Me? I would never do such a thing.
I had to be on here.
I know, right? Wait, she did it again. Oh, will you look at there she is. Much better. What happened to the other Denise?
I know, but you've cloned yourself now, and we see two of you.
Okay, so now.
Denise, leave it alone. Nah, leave it alone. Leave it. No, I can't hear you. It's connected to audio. Hold on.
It's connecting.
It's connecting. Relax. Hold on.
Wait a couple of minutes.
Okay.
There she is.
There you go.
Awesome stuff. So this is Mr. Lou Falco. He's the veteran extraordinaire. He has such a passion. I've known Lou for years. Oh, by the way, Carol, he's a Rotarian. He's a part he's a part of the Glen Cove Rotary Club, the club I came from when I was in New York. And I moved to Connecticut. He's very, very, very heavily involved. In fact, he used Rotary as a platform to launch his passion about helping veterans. Right, Lou? We started with Rotary. Now, his mission is bigger than Rotary, Carol. This is what I mean by, you start where you are, but then it grows beyond that. And Lou hasn't let anything stop him from fulfilling his mission on planet Earth, and that is to help make veterans' lives better. So he'll probably wedge some of that in his conversation today as we talk and as we share. So just brace yourself, because Big Louie eats, sleep, and dream operation initiatives. That's my bro man. He's my brother from another mother. So right, Louie?
You got that right, sister.
24/7. Yeah. So.
Well, Vivian and I discovered that our birthdays are like 2 days apart.
Yes.
So we're both Aries.
Yeah, really. So what Carol is going through is what I went through. You understand, Carol? I get you. So, but this is not about me, okay? Now, the other person on the call is Miss Denise Crawford. She is, what can I say about Denise? I'm going to let you introduce yourself. She has been the most loyal of all my friends that I've had forever. I'm not kidding you. Wherever Vivian is, there is Denise Crawford. You follow me? And she's got my back. I don't care where I am. She's got my back. I know she loves me to death. I know that without her even telling me that. And I love her right back. And she is my big sister, although I'm her mama. And so, Denise, introduce yourself to everybody and just whatever you want to share and why you're on the call today.
Okay. Hi, everyone. My name is Denise Crawford. I've known Viv since 2007, I think. Somewhere back there. We met on a business venture, and she hasn't been able to get rid of me, and I have no intention of going anywhere. I'm on the call just because Viv said she was doing something, and I said, okay, I'm there. Lou, you said something about you're a veteran and you trying to help other veterans. I think that's real cool. You know, I think our country don't do enough for the veterans. They put them through too much aggravation once they get out of the military. You know, they don't. To me, things should be easy for them. You know, they should go wherever they need to go and say, my name is such and such. I served in so and so, and I need this, and then the paperwork starts. Not all of this. Wait 60 days. Wait a year. Wait 2 years. Call us back. Go back over here. Go over there. All of that is just shouldn't be like that. Shouldn't be that difficult. You know, once you served your country and did what was asked of you. So hats off to you, bro.
It's really put very well. It really is, because that's exactly what the problem is they go in, give their time, and then when they come back, it's like, don't let the door hit you in the butt on the way out.
Yes.
Right.
You know, being that feeling when I got out, I knew there had to be a better way of connecting with the veteran once they come back. And, you know, that's why we've done a Rotarian manual, operations initiative, resource manual for the veterans, for all the organizations that will help them. You know, we go to housing, finances, legal, post-traumatic stress, and that's how Vivian and I are connected.
Yes.
Because Vivian and the meditation is one of the holistic treatments that we offer through the foundation.
Yeah.
If the veteran does not have the money or the insurance to pay for it, the foundation will pay for the treatments.
Yeah.
So, I believe it's something that's really needed by this entire country to get behind.
Yeah.
Because they put their lives on the line for us, and in turn they come back, and the story goes is the same old story, is they're not getting the right help they need. If they don't fall in line to what they want to prescribe or do, they end up being alienated, and that's why these veterans
homeless and on the street.
Right.
Homeless and on the street. That's terrible.
Homeless and on the street. Yeah, they are. Now it looks like Denise is driving. Girl, you better park your car.
Well, listen, I just came out of service, but there's another part to the service. So if I sit in front of the church, the bishop is gonna come out and tell me come inside, and he get ready to start. So I need to go down the block. All
right, go down the block, because this don't make Bishop mad. So there. Right. Okay, so let's dive into this, because I don't want to keep you guys too long. I always tell people I'm going to treat you just like Elizabeth Taylor treated her seventh husband. I won't hold.
That's encouraging, Vicky.
No, she's you know what she said to her seventh husband? What? I won't hold you long.
Yeah, but then she married him twice, though.
That's not the point. Anyways, let's dive into this real quick. I'm going to share my screen. Welcome, everybody. Share my screen. Let's just kind of dive into the desktop stuff. So, Denise, you can't drive and look too.
Listen, I'm multi-talented. You know that.
Yeah, but I don't want you killing anybody, especially yourself. So, I only have a few slides because I don't like to PowerPoint people to death. But of course, just want to welcome you guys. This session today is going to be a little fast paced. We can ask questions along the way. This is the way I operate. You can ask any question you like. We'll stop. We'll slow down. We'll answer it. And you know, I'll stay on the call afterwards if you guys want to chat a little bit more. But we're going to get off the call on time. It ends at 4:30. If you got to go sooner, that would be fine too. No disrespect to anybody in your schedule. So this is one of 3 workshops that I'm going to be doing. And this is my early holiday gift to you guys, to thank you for being on the call and to just share some love for you guys. And this is a gift, meaning you didn't earn it, right? You understand? I'm giving it to you because I'm offering it to you because this is something I want you to have. You can take it and use it for however you like, or you can not use it. It's up to you, but it's just my gift to you to say thank you. So for this month, we're going to be talking about balanced bioenergy centers, and we're going to talk about emotional and physical health during the course of this session. And I'll go to the end session. At the end of this, I'll talk to you real quick about what we'll be talking about in November and December, because the November is session 2 and December is session 3. Okay, so don't worry about that. We'll cross the bridge when we get to it. This session is about everything is energy. In this fact, the whole series is about energy. And everything you all talked to me about just a few seconds ago relates to your energy. And we'll talk about what energy is and how that works with you. So we're going to talk about everything is energy, everything in the universe, both tangible and intangible. The things you can see and the things that you can't see is still all energy. We're going to talk about the different, the infinite states of energy. We're not going to cover all of them because there's too many of them. But the most important thing I want you to remember is the bullet point number 3, which is every state has a unique signature pattern. It's just like the waves of the ocean. Every wave of the ocean is different. It's never the same wave. They're all different, but it's still all water, isn't it? It's still all water.
Yeah.
But they have,
Right.
yeah, but they still have different patterns, signature patterns. You are also energy. And Denise, Carol, and Lou and Vivian, we are all energy, but each of us have a different, unique signature pattern. We'll talk about that. We're going to particularly talk about the human energy system. We're going to talk about the role of emotions, because everything you guys are experiencing, especially Lou, you've been a veteran. I mean, you guys get traumatized going to war and coming back. You can't even function. Your whole equilibrium is so off balance. That's what PTSD is. You're freaking out. You're off the chart, most of you, because there's so much trauma associated with it that you don't know how to get back to your even place. In fact, sometimes when you go, you're already off before you get there, and before you go to war, and then when you come back, you're even more messed up. You understand?
Yep.
So
Yep.
we'll talk about that. And then we're going to talk about, the last thing we're going to talk about is this thing that I call your EGS, your emotional guidance system. It's just like the GPS in your car, and how to use that. How cool is that? Everybody has it. Everybody has an EGS, but you don't know how to use it. All right? So let's just dive in. Okay, so this is a beautiful picture I picked out. It's like, how do you depict energy? How do you show people what energy looks like? It's hard. Can anybody tell me what electricity is?
It's it's a surge of power that gives things what is it? It's a phenomenon that gives stuff power to move and be used.
But what
turns on light?
Sorry.
It turns on light, then it makes the washing machine go and the television work and the computer work. Well, not in a way the computer work. Right? If you got a desktop, it's very much a part of life.
But what is it?
A current that travels through wires.
Oh yeah?
A current that travels through wires.
Wait, hold on, stay there. Wait a minute, Denise, stay there. It's a current that travels through wires. Remember we just said you are energy too? So where are your wires?
I guess blood cells and atoms and molecules and stuff.
Good stuff. Lou, you trying to say?
No, it would be a negative. It would be an energy of negative and positive forces that produce who we are.
Okay.
Because there's energy outside of our body, but inside we really are electric.
Yes, yes. Carol?
Right.
Molecules that create a charge.
Okay, very good. all good stuff. So let me read something to you, if you will allow me to, real quick. Let's see if you agree with this statement. And the statement is as follows. Energy is the currency of the universe. When you pay attention, P-A-Y, remember say currency and pay, when you pay attention to something, you actually purchase that experience. So when you allow your consciousness to focus on someone or something that annoys you, you take ownership of that experience. It reciprocates the energy and translates it into real life experiences of annoyance. Vivian, are you nuts? Now, I'm going to show you how that works, if you will allow me to. You can see on the screen, when I said you are energy, an atom, right? We're all made of atoms, right? But here's the thing that you don't realize about energy, which I meant to tell you this earlier. You can't, how do you say this? Energy can neither be created nor destroyed. It just is, right? It just is. In fact, scientists have just recently, and this is let you know how far behind we are in terms of our research and everything. Scientists, I'm just trying to put my finger on a piece of paper. Scientists have begun to recognize that everything in the universe is made from energy. Everything in the universe is made from energy. Quantum physics discovered that physical molecules are made up of vortices of energy that are constantly spinning and vibrating, each one radiating in its own unique energy signature. Quantum physics states that mass and energy are interchangeable, and consequently that mass is merely a manifestation of energy. Okay, now what does that translate into? That translates into this. The energy reconfigures or changes itself into different states and into different forms, but it's still energy. But watch this now, here's a kicker. When energy takes on mass, you know what mass is? Something that has some weight to it, some substance to it.
Okay.
When energy takes on mass, or what I call manifestation, that's when it's called matter. That's when it's the stuff that you all are talking about. But energy is invisible. You can't see it, but you sure heck can feel it. Because you are like a radio transmitter receiving and giving out signals all the time because you are electric. Here's the proof on the screen here. The atom, which is what you are, you're made up of atoms, right? So are the stars in the sky. They are full of, when they break down, they become stardust. But they still have the same components as each of us have. I think it was Deepak Chopra or somebody talked about that we are stardust. And we are stardust because when an atom implodes or a star burns out, as they call it, where do you think the particles go? They go to form other new stars. And the meteorites that fall to the earth distributes more minerals. And the volcanoes that spew stuff from the earth are spewing out minerals, the basic stuff that we're made of. But an atom is 99.99% empty space. So it's empty space. So that means if it's 99% empty space, that means not that you're made of nothing. It just means that you are energy. Because energy has no mass. It has no, what's the word? It has no matter. It has no substance to it. It just is. Now on my screen here, I talked about different states of energy. Remember I said energy can never be created or destroyed. It just changes forms. There's chemical energy in the car that Denise is driving. Okay.
No, I pulled over already.
Oh, well, hallelujah. There's a thing called stored mechanical energy. This is a bow and arrow. When you pull a bow back, the energy is being stored until you release it, and that's what propels the arrow forward. There's gravitational potential. Now, what is gravitational potential? This is a picture of a guy sitting on the edge of a cliff. Now, that would not be Vivian, because I went to the Grand Canyon, you know, right? I couldn't even go to, you know how they have a little platform where you stand and look down? I almost lost my lunch just thinking about doing that. I just couldn't. It's like I was so terrified. Now watch this now. Here's the strange thing. I am so sensitive to energy, I could feel the gravity pulling me towards the edge of the cliff. And that's what sort of frightened me. I could feel the pull. And gravitational energy is real. Now gravity has always existed, right? But we didn't know about gravity until who was it? Was it Isaac Newton with the apple?
Right.
Discovered gravity?
Right.
But it was always there. So you can't really see gravity, but you can feel its effect. Of course, there's nuclear energy and there's electrical energy. I should have moved that over a little bit. That Denise talked about. And there's all kinds of energy. But the point of this conversation is that everything is energy, including you. All right? So here's the other piece I want to share with you. Let's get back to this energy is currency of the universe. Do you all understand what I mean by this, the currency of the universe?
It makes everything move.
Okay.
And that's a currency.
But listen to the context in which that we're all on this call today. When you pay attention. Currency is money, right? You use money to buy things, right? You get that part?
Right.
So when you pay attention to something, you actually purchase that experience. You can use that if you want to, okay? So when you allow your focus, when you focus on something that you don't like, or even focus on something that you do like, you are buying that experience. You are actually inviting that experience into your life. And this is the whole thing about what I do as a coach, about teaching people that if you want to change your life experiences, you got to change your energy pattern. You got to change how you look at things, because your focus is what determines what kind of life experiences you have. Thoughts are electric. Feelings are magnetic. Together they create the electromagnetic field that attracts all things to you. Okay? So, whoop-de-doo, Coach Bill. We don't really care about that. So, I'm just kidding.
That's the basis of life, Vivian.
Yes, it is. Here's an example of what I mean by energy. Same stuff, different expression, different frequencies. We all are familiar with water, yes? H2O is water. Anybody who don't know that? Okay?
Right.
Everybody knows water, H2O.
Yes.
Well, here's water in its liquid form. Is it still H2O?
Yes.
Here is water in a solid form called ice. Is it still H2O?
Yeah.
And here it is in steam. Is it still H2O? Yes.
Yeah.
Steam. Is it?
Okay.
Okay, not sure?
It still has.
Is it still water?
Yeah.
Denise? Wait a minute. Hold on, Luke. Denise, is steam still water?
I was gonna say no.
Why?
Because it's not liquid, and you can't use it.
Stay there,
You
Luke.
can't use it the same way. You know, when it's ice, I can put it in a cup and make it the cool stuff. When it's liquid, I can drink it. When it's steam, it's vapor.
Yes.
So unless I'm trying to get warm, I don't know.
Okay, let's back up. Lou, hold that thought, sweetie. Wait, don't. Lou, go ahead. Go ahead, Lou. Go ahead.
You ever go to a steam bath and you're sweating together? Steam turns it back into water because it's a water vapor.
Oh yeah, that's true.
So it's still a basis of H2O, but a different form.
Thank you. Listen, this is good stuff. Now watch this. Denise, can you see the screen?
Yes.
This is the water molecule. It's hydrogen, 2 parts hydrogen, 1 part oxygen.
Right.
All these pictures here is still the same thing. It just is in a different state. What makes water liquid and what makes water solid and what makes water steam is called the temperature. The temperature is what changed the arrangement of the molecules.
Right.
If you go Google, you can do Google. Google's a good thing to do sometimes, but you can Google this. If you look at the water molecule of liquid versus steam, you'll see that the molecules are moving faster with steam. They're moving in a straight line, but they're bumping into each other. And that creates the steam. The ice, for ice, the molecules are moving much slower. They're more dense and compact. That's why you can't go through the ice unless you're heavy enough to go through it. You know, that's why you can ice skate on ice. You follow? Because the water molecules are so compact. Because of the temperature changed how it expressed itself. So what is the point of this conversation? The point is that this is still all the same stuff. It's just in a different state. You follow what I'm saying to you? So Denise, that's why steam is still water and ice is still water and the liquid is still water. It's just in a different form.
Okay.
Do you get that?
I get that.
Okay. So here's the big piece of this conversation I wanted to take away. We're having troubles in our lives right now because we may not understand, not all of us maybe. I mean, maybe let me put myself in that category too. We're not understanding how life works. This water molecule is an example of how life works. And if you don't understand how life works, you're going to keep running into challenges dealing with life. And the whole purpose of this workshop today is kind of give you a sense of what we're going to be doing. The human system, you have what you call we have what we call biocenters in our body. There's 7 areas of our body that holds a concentrated concentrated portion of energy, and they're called bioenergy centers. Some people, like the Indians, call them chakras. Okay, they're called different things. But you have 7 major areas in your body that's compacted, has a concentration of life force or life energy. They're called the root, it's in the root, the sacral, the solar plexus, the heart, the throat, the brow, and the crown. They're called different things, but these are the 7 major areas. The root chakra, or the root biocenter, is at the end of your tailbone. And it sounds weird, okay? But that's where it is. What is its primary function? Their energy is to ground you and keep you safe. It's actually primordial. It was what the early man had when he showed up on the planet. He wasn't aware of his crown energy. He wasn't aware of any of that stuff. But every human being, when they're born, the baby when he's born has that root chakra, that grounded energy. They feel secure. Now, what scares a baby? There's only 2 things a baby is born with in terms of 2 fears. There's only 2 fears you're born with. One is the fear of falling, and the other one is fear of loud noises. And those are primordial security things that keep you safe. That's it. You're not born with anything else. Now, why is it important to be born with a fear of falling and a fear of loud noises? If you go back to the caveman time, whether you believe in that or not, or early man, there was a risk of him falling or him being eaten by big animals. You got to be able to hear the loud noises so you can keep yourself safe. You can move away from the danger. Okay? That's still in us. That doesn't go away. You don't lose that. In fact, early man did not have what you call a neocortex in terms of the brain development. The neocortex, we can do this later, guys. I don't want to get into too much science. The neocortex developed about 250, let me get this right now, years ago in mankind. We didn't have a neocortex. We had that reptilian primordial brain that kept us safe. And that's the root chakra. How does it show up in your physical properties? Again, anxiety, grounding on the physical plane to keep you physically safe. And the emotional connection is you'll always have a need to want to feel safe and secure. You'll always want to feel safe. And when you don't feel safe, you're going to be afraid, because that's the nature of the root chakra. The next chakra, or the biocenter, is called Sacral. That's near your pubic area. Pelvic area. It's about relationship. It's about emotions. It's about sexuality. It's your expressing needs. Those kind of intimacy and warming, loving needs. The physical aspect of it is creativity, sexual energy. The emotional connection is, again, about intimacy, warmth, and desire, and letting go. When children aren't nurtured as infants, if they lack the warmth from their parents, because the parents are there to keep them safe, they will grow up having some emotional issues if it's not dealt with, if it's not properly dealt with. You understand? So when children are abused, for example, I mean, children get abused different ways. If there's some aspect of lack of intimacy or warmth or protection as they're coming up, they're going to have issues. They're going to have relationship issues. I'll go back to the screen here. They're going to have relationship issues in their adult life. It's just how it works. I don't want to go through all this, but what I really want to talk to you guys about real quick is the heart energy. your heart. Not the heart is just where it focuses, right? Heart energy is about balance. It's about love. It's about connection and hope, and what we call a positive attitude. Now you can have a negative attitude, okay? It's your choice, but the positive attitude creates that love connection, that yearning for companionship or connectedness to the universal energy that's in the planet, because you're all connected to that. It is a center of love. It's also love for yourself and balance, and also love for others. And it's about, how does it show up? Sharing. People who have a big heart are really big in who they do well in service projects like Rotary. Like Carol has the biggest heart of anybody I've ever met. Carol is about getting her done, right, Carol? Raising that money so that we can do more things to help more people, right? Did I get that right, Carol?
Mm-hmm.
And Lou is the same thing. Lou does his with the veterans. You understand? Lou has been knocking this thing out since, how long has it been since you've been doing Operation Initiative, Lou? Has it been?
You started in 2012.
2012. Look at guys, almost 10 years here. Look at him.
Almost 10 years. Wow.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Brahman hasn't given up. Even when he didn't have a dime in his pocket. You understand? The dream was alive. You understand what I'm saying to you? Because he cares. He's got a big heart. You understand? So, and that's huge and important. Now, we'll talk a little bit later on about, I'm going to let you guys ask a question. The last piece is the crown chakra. This is at the top of your head. That's about spiritual understanding. And when I say spiritual, I'm not talking about religion. You know what I'm saying? I know, Denise, you go to church, no big deal. That's good stuff, right? But
Right.
religion and spirituality are two different things. They're not supposed to be, but they are. Okay? It doesn't matter what your religion is, but your spiritualness is your connectedness to your inner source, the source of your power. And I tell people, don't let your religion get in the way of you growing spiritually. And some people do, but that's another story. So what is it about? It's about thinking. It's about connection to the bigger piece of the energy. It's about compassion, peace, harmony, and what I call cosmic love. Cosmic love is loving people despite the stuff that they're doing in their own lives. That doesn't mean you condone their what we call bad behavior, right? But you must separate the behavior from the person. Stop calling.
That's hard.
I know it's hard. You know how children do stuff in school and we call them bad kids? She got some bad kids. Stop calling children bad. Okay? Children may do bad things like adults, right? But no child is bad. There's just a child who does bad things. So we need to separate the behavior from the person, because if you don't do that, you're not helping them be a better person. Okay? And we grew up being that way. We grew up talking to people about how bad they are, because I know that happened to me. So there. You can understand why I'm so cuckoo bananas. But anyways, I'm not too bad now. But
I don't think you were bad.
you didn't know me years ago. But anyways. So here's a piece I want you to get. When you have unbalanced energy, when your energy is out of balance, and that's why all of us are on this call, right? Because we have some things that are not quite lined up. We don't know why. So chronically imbalanced biocenters manifest into physical illnesses and dis-ease in the body. I didn't say disease yet. I said dis-ease. That means discomfort. And if the energy isn't balanced, the dis-ease turns into disease. Because that's what disease is. Even cancer is your atoms. Okay, let's go back to this real quick. I want to show you one more thing. You see this right here, your molecule? It's supposed to be behaving a certain kind of way, right? To keep you safe and balanced. Cancer is your cells are misbehaving. They're doing stuff and behaving like they're not supposed to be behaving. They could be replicating the wrong stuff all the time. They're releasing the wrong things out of their cells. That creates a chronic situation. Notice how when people, they go and they have a surgery to remove a tumor or something, or they take chemotherapy to kill all the bad cells, they go into what you call remission.
Right.
How many times have those people gone back, the cancer had come back?
Quite a few.
Yeah, the cancer comes back. Why? Because you killed off cells, but you didn't kill the source of the problem. Those cells the cells you killed, there's still other cells that are going to make that same cancer over again. And sometimes when you do surgery, have you noticed sometimes people have certain surgery, like breast cancer surgery, they cut them open, or what is the other kind of cancer? And then they move the cancer, but then they metastasize all over the body so quickly. They're gone in 6 months. You notice that?
Right.
That's because the source, when you take out the cancer, you're not taking out the source. And the source of cancer is out of balance, out of line, out of whack energy. I'm not trying to get into all the science on that because that would be a long story, but here's some examples of what happens when your heart energy is out of balance. Okay? When you have chronic stress, and tell me if you disagree or just don't disagree, agree, it's fine. Chronic stress can lead to heart disease, high blood pressure. Yes? Everybody knows that, right? Here's what some people don't know. You can have lung cancer. There's issues with your lymphatic system. That's what lymph is. Your immune system, okay? You can have issues with circulation, blood circulation. What do you call it? What do you call blood circulation issues? Vascular disease. That's issues with your blood vessels not working properly because they've gotten hard. When you have trouble forgiving yourself and others, okay? That's an issue of the heart, okay? Chest pain. I mentioned circulation. I mentioned it twice. Allergies. Of all kinds is about your heart.
It is?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh.
Okay, we'll talk about that. Not necessarily on this call. Here's what happens when you have low self-esteem. Low self-esteem is an issue of disempowerment. Why? Because it comes from your solar plexus. Your solar plexus is, where your rib cage is, at the bottom of your rib cage, right there, what you call your gut instinct. Yep. That's your solar plexus. That's where your power is. Now, what happens when you can't speak up or you lack self-control? Here's some issues. Constipation, irritable bowel disease. You have issues with your liver, gallbladder, metabolism issues. People who have pancreatic cancer? You've ever known about pancreatic cancer?
Yeah, Aretha Franklin.
Yes. You can go back to their life history, and I promise you're going to find one of these in there. Yes, the sister girl could sing like nobody's business. Yes, and that's where she expressed herself. But what else was going on with her that didn't take care of that? Okay. Right. When people have issues with letting go, sexuality, intimacy, urinary tract, issues with the ovaries, even diabetes. That is your issues with your sacral energy. That's in your pelvic area. Something hasn't healed there. And then your root chakra, again, is about being grounded or not grounded, feeling safe, secure. What happens? You have issues with your reproductive system, your pelvis. You have issues with your leg and your rectum. Who's the guy, the Black Panther guy who died of colon cancer? Remember him? Who was the brother? I think he's only in his 40s. Died of colon cancer. I forgot his name. Good-looking brother. Never mind the name, but he was the guy who played in the movie Black Panther.
Oh, you talking the one that played Chadwick Boseman.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't remember his name, but
yeah, he played Black. He played James Brown. He played Jackie.
Oh,
Robinson.
yes.
Right, and he played Thurgood Marshall because I just saw the movie on Thurgood.
Now I'm going to read something to you all, and just tell me if you agree or disagree with this, okay? And we'll get to your questions. It says, emotions are energy. Okay? Emotions are energy. And we'll talk about that in a second. And let me just read it and we'll talk about it. I'm going to read this first. Okay, emotions are energy. Repressed emotions block our energy, exhausting us or making us sick. Whatever is repressed will find a way to be expressed. Anything unresolved in our energy field will keep manifesting itself in our physical, mental, and emotional life until we heal it. There is no escaping this. So if something keeps coming up, and sometimes I love having dreams, because when I want to know something, I before I go to sleep at night, I ask for clarity. And mine comes in dreams. Okay? And I pay attention to my dreams, because it's a way of letting you know what it is you're seeking answers to. And dreams don't tell you in words. Dreams tell you in pictures, because every picture, every image, every scene represents something about you. Because you're asking you, the divine you, for guidance. Or we're asking God or the Holy Spirit to reveal things to us. Well, that same guidance or God or Holy Spirit is already in you. Okay? It's not something outside of you. You're already connected to that source. And that aspect of me, Vivian, energy-wise, I can get answers in my dream about things that are troubling me. This, which is a good segue into this thing called emotions. Emotions are waves of energy in motion through your body. Now, Carol knows this already because she heard this on one of the workshops. Emotions, energy in motion. That's why energy in motion. So they shorten it for emotions, right? Too bad we don't know the real meaning of all these words here, but Coach Vivian is giving you a definition of what emotions are. Emotions are waves of energy that are in motion in your body. Remember, you are energy. It's moving. You live in who is it, Bob Proctor said, we live in a motion of ocean. An ocean of motion. Ocean of motion, right? And Coach Vivian says, life is not static. You understand? It's always moving. Okay?
Right.
It's always moving. The people who are dying, life is moving forward. That's why they get older. Okay? Can you slow down aging? Sure you can with a little face cream. You know what I'm saying? And eating healthier and having a healthy weight, you can live a long time. But you're still dying. You know, the physical body is still deteriorating. You know, it wasn't made to last forever. Okay?
No.
Make sense?
Right.
And the other part I want to share with you is this, and I'm going to put the little pointer here. It says, what feels good is good. I'm going to show you why. What feels bad is unpleasant. Okay? Now stay with me for a second. If you understand that you are energy, right? And energy is neither good or bad, guys. Watch this now. Energy is neither good nor bad. It's just neutral. It's just energy. What makes something good or bad or negative is how we behave and what we do and how we see it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, stay with me there. Okay? So here's the other piece. So the emotions, they're all just a signal to let you know what state you are experiencing in the moment. That's all they are. So when things happen, you feel bad, go ahead and feel the bad feeling, but don't live there. And what happens to most of us, and Lou Falco would be able to understand this, our brethren and sisters who've gone to the military, the PTSD, post-traumatic stress, they keep reliving the trauma that they experienced when they're in a war. They get stuck in an emotional loop, the energy, and they don't know how to let go of it. They've been traumatized so much they can't let go of it. You understand? So they don't know how to feel it and release it. That's why they need coaching, they need meditation, they need all kinds of stuff, right, Lou? And the services that Lou Falco offers is to help them release that so they can live a more normal life again.
Right.
It can be done holistically. I mean,
Yeah.
what Vivian does with the meditation, I mean, the yoga, the Reiki, I mean, there's so many other parts. Hyperbaric oxygen, I mean, these things, havening, these things help release the tension, the trauma, because it is live. If someone hurts you and you carry this hurt and it's getting into hate, it's because there's a live electron attached to your brain that's triggering this hate.
Right.
And it can't be removed with drugs. It can't be removed drinking. It has to be removed by the waves that are inside ourselves. The delta waves are natural stress reducers to fight this.
Yes.
Okay? And believe it or not, it can be done.
Absolutely.
They've done it with traumatic experience, with veterans that have been in combat that couldn't get certain traumatic experiences out of their brain. And then we've tried the havening process with them, and it works.
I'm going to show you real quick why it works. This was not a part of my presentation. Okay, don't get too crazy about this slide. There's only one thing I want you to process, and that about thoughts, feelings, behavior, and life experiences, right? Now, what Lou just described, this picture in the center, let's just say this is it's not really your brain, but this is how what Lou said to you works. Thoughts are the first cause of everything, period, right? These guys, I'm going to use your soldiers, Lou, as an example. These guys got traumatized so much that their thinking got seared and fixed. And that thinking translated into what? It goes all the way from the external world, because it happened outside of them. It went into their conscious mind because they were aware of it. And it went all the way to their subconscious mind. Subconscious stuff, you're not even aware of it. You do stuff you don't even think about. It's just there. And that trauma is buried in their subconscious mind. You understand? It takes all kinds of therapy. And Lou used the word holistic. And for a reason. Because drugs cannot fix this. You understand? Right. Drugs are nice to kind of keep you from like going over the edge, right? But drugs can't change you. The change must be inside. That's what the meditation, the havening, the barometer, all these stuff is designed to help change not just your feelings, because that's what the feelings anchor the behavior. These guys are acting out because they can't function. So if you can go in and change the thinking, right, which also changes their feelings, their emotions, what's going to ultimately happen, because here's what happened, it goes in your body. Actions, habits, and behavior, unconscious thoughts and biases, they all translate into life experiences. Okay? And I only want to show you the slide to let you know that it's an inside job, and everything we're dealing with today is about the inside of you. Meditation is about the inside. It's about going within for healing. Your cells are so intelligent. They can heal themselves. Even when people have cancer, if they can align energetically and get back to their whole self, the body will stop replicating those what we call cancerous cells so that you can recover. And for a while, people do recover. You understand? Right. And they stay in remission for a long time. But what makes them go back quickly is right here, the thinking and the feelings. If they're not backed up by something solid, they're going to revert right back to the cancerous state. Here, in this column here, this is so busy, I do apologize. I don't want you to get stuck on any of this. I'm talking about fear-based emotions and how it wreaks havoc on us. And the question is, does any of this sound familiar? In fact, let me stop sharing the screen because I don't want you to get caught up on that, because I want to read this to you, because I don't want you looking at the screen. It can be very distracting. I will ask you guys, does any of this sound familiar? Fear-based emotions. Can anybody relate to any of this? Remember I told you how different energies have different signatures and patterns and frequencies? I mentioned it earlier, right? You saw that with the water. It's still water, but it shows up differently. The frequencies are subtle, but they're still different, okay? So, do you know anybody who has or is being or acting or behaving what we call passive aggressively? Do you know anybody who's anxious or feel anxiety?
Yeah.
Could be you. Could be me.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
How about somebody who's jealous? These are all feelings that are tied to beliefs. Watch this. You know anybody who compare yourself with others or compare themselves with others? Mm-hmm. You don't have to agree with me. Just agree with yourself if you want. Just fine. Always putting yourself last. Does that sound familiar? I'll raise my hand on that one. Did that a lot. I was raised with they didn't use the word self-care. They just said you shouldn't be selfish. You know, you take care of somebody else before you take care of yourself. That was the way I was raised.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Most of us are raised that way. That's kind of the life we live.
Right.
Especially in church. I mean, I was a very religious girl in church. I'm not knocking church, don't get me wrong. I'm just telling you what happened to me. You know, you don't put yourself first. You put pastor first. No disrespect to pastor. Or the first lady first. You know what I'm saying? You know,
right.
The preacher come to your house. He get the best parts of the chicken. He gets first dibs on the mac and cheese. Hello? Denise?
What?
Pastor gets the first prime cut of the meat. Did I get that right? Pastor gets served first. While your hungry children have to wait outside and get the scraps. I just indicted to the preacher, but anyways.
Okay.
Do you know anybody who is not doing what? How about this? Not doing what you know to be good for you. Anybody guilty of that?
Yeah.
Saying yes when you really want to say no. Anybody know anybody like that?
Yeah.
How about afraid to speak up for yourself? Lack of self-confidence. Walking with your head down. I did that through college. Scared to death. Avoiding eye contact when somebody talks to you. Self-sabotaging. Self-criticism. Playing the blame game. It's somebody else's fault. You want somebody else to change so you can feel better. You want somebody else to behave differently so that you can feel better. Good luck on that one. Can't live outside your comfort zone. Your comfort zone is a place of what I call finite possibilities. You know what finite means? Finite means limited. Comfort zone limits you, boxes you in so that you can not explore something bigger and greater than what you are. And people leave that comfort zone for a little while, but they quickly go back. Why? Because it feels safe there. Why? Because your energy signature matches that comfort zone. When you leave the comfort zone, it's going to feel different. And it might feel uncomfortable. Why? Because it's a different energy signature. But if you stay there long enough and you acclimate to it, you have just elevated yourself above that frequency to someplace higher. And there you live that way. And then everything that matches that frequency will come to you. Okay? Here's a good example. If there are people in your life that are causing what you call causing you a hard time or not cooperating with you,
right,
you don't have to get rid of them. All you have to do is change how you see them, change your perspective to a higher place of, in other words, you are separating the person from the behavior. Okay? You're separating the what you call the negative annoyance experience. You're putting that over there and trying to find something to appreciate and learn from that experience, and you focus on that all the time. And you'll notice over time, as you focus and you thriving, you going up with your awareness and what I call your spirituality. Okay? When you elevate yourself, not that you're better than anybody, because ain't nobody better than nobody else. It ain't about that. It's about you understanding who you are and what you came here to do, right? And lining up with that purpose, with that life purpose, because every one of you, just like me, we came here to do something. And only we can do it that way. Nobody can run operational initiative like Lou friggin' Falco. You understand what I'm saying to you? Ain't nobody can touch. I get chills thinking about it. I just got a chill. Woo, Lou, that's Lou's passion. You hear me? Lou knows why he's here. What's that poem you did? A soldier's what?
Soldier's faith.
Hello. Nobody can read that junk like Lou. Nobody. It's not junk, Lou. Don't get me wrong. You know what I'm saying?
Well, watch yourself now.
No, watch. But what is my point?
It's a serious thing that's happening.
You understand? Lou, this is Lou's passion. Lou Falco knows why he's here. And there are a lot of people who don't line up with his dream and his purpose. And he's all right with that. Right, bro, man? Lou stays focused. And the people who want to join in, they find Lou Falco now. Because Lou stayed faithful to his dream and his passion. The same here with Coach Viv. Same thing. My background is pharmaceutical research and drug development. That's the world I came from. It was interesting. It was good stuff. Great money. Hello, don't get me wrong. But I got out before I got cuckoo bananas because it was driving me crazy. You understand? I've been in a lot of different businesses. And Denise will attest to that, right? But I have found my passion. I found out where I'm supposed to be. Does everybody agree with how I walk? No. And it's okay with me. As long as I'm lined up and working and acting from a place of what? A place of love and not fear. I'm not afraid to step outside my comfort zone. Do I pay attention to how I say things to people? Of course I do. I'm not trying to offend anybody or deliberately trying to put anybody down. You follow what I'm saying to you? I'm trying to do the very best I can to say things the best way I know how from a place of love. And hopefully people will get it. Some will, some won't. But you can't worry about the ones who don't get it. You only pay attention to the message and the mission. You follow? And one day you get to a place that it doesn't matter what people say. You get to a place where even when people compliment you, it's all right if they do, it's all right if they don't. Why? Because you don't need that to survive. You're living from a higher place. You understand? So that it doesn't matter what people say or they don't say about you, right? So the point I'm trying to say to you is this, that it's about growing this way. And nobody can do that for you but you. People like me or who are coaches is to kind of support you on your journey. But until you take it seriously, we can't really take you anywhere. We want to go with you, you know?
Well, you do that from the beginning, Vivian.
You know? But we cannot, we don't jump in the sandbox with you. Because jumping in the sandbox doesn't help you. Our role is to stay outside the sandbox, right? Because we're like the little fly on the wall, looking on. Not that we're hiding you, we're just a little fly looking. And we can probably see things that maybe you don't see, which is okay. But to help you, when you need a hand up, not a handout, a hand up. To pull you up. Come on up a little bit higher because it really feels delicious up here. And once you get there, you don't ever go back. You can't go back. Denise, what's that scripture about a person who once they take the walk, put their hands in the plow and they look back, they're worse than, what is it, a dog who goes back to his vomit? There's some scripture that talks about that. And that just basically means once you have grown a certain level spiritually, you cannot go back. If you go back, that junk is worse than when you first got started. And the last thing I want to say to you is, you can't talk about the comfort zone. The last piece is, do you know anybody who have obsessions and addictions? A lot of the veterans come out and they do that. Why? Because they're looking for relief. They're looking for happiness. They're looking for some peace. They're looking for love in all the wrong places.
Right.
True that.
You know what I'm saying? So, questions?
You said that people with allergies is something is the matter with the heart, or there's a problem with the heart.
It's a heart energy. That's what the issues with the heart.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah, because I'm a person that I've always had allergies.
Were you born with allergies? Even if you were born with allergies, I got a story for you for that too.
I don't know if I was born with it, but no, actually, let me back that up. I had asthma when I was a kid. As I got older, the asthma got better. So by the time I got to high school, the asthma was gone. But then I had allergies. By the time I got to my 20s, then I got allergies. Now I have allergies all year round.
Yes.
It was like, oh God.
And so we take drugs and relieve the allergies, but the allergies don't really go away, right? Because that's not the problem. But it's
What do they say? It's in the food.
Really?
That too. There are certain things I eat.
Food.
Certain things I eat irritate me.
Thank you, Denise. Food is only triggering what's already there. You follow me?
Right.
Food is only triggering what's there, because I can eat the same foods. How come I don't have any allergies? You understand what I'm saying to you? So the source is not the food. The food is just triggering something already there. Here is the solution to everything that we're talking about, and then we'll leave the rest of time for questions. We'll dive into that too, Denise, if you have time to stay on the call a little bit longer. Your reliable EGS system, how you feel matters. Now, I have this picture of the satellite here. Why? Because a satellite is a global positioning satellite. That's what GPS is. It's a big thing in the sky that connects with the thing on the ground, like your computer, your iPhone, your laptop, the internet.
Everything.
Yeah. It monitors and transmits signals. Right? And move stuff from point A to point B. That's how come you can put your GPS. I can put a California address in my car, and it'll take me straight to the address in California from Connecticut.
Right.
That's because of GPS. Okay?
Right.
That's how GPS works. Right? You all understand how GPS works, right? Anybody who doesn't get that, if you got a connection in your car or your phone, you can go anywhere.
Yep.
But if you don't have the phone or the connection, you can't go anywhere because you can't connect to it. Your body through your emotions. Emotional guidance system is a GPS for your body. You have to pay attention to how you feel. How does that work? Thought, right here. First cause. Thoughts, what we think, feed the emotions about how we feel, that feeds the behavior about what we do, that feeds the thought about what we think, that feeds the emotion about how we, you see the cycle? But it starts with your thinking. Until as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. Whatever you think is going to create the emotion or the feeling behind it that creates the life experience. And that's what this crazy, where's that thing I showed y'all before? That's what this mixed up sign here is. How your thoughts come from thinking. And thought are just energy forms. It's just energy. Remember, everything is energy. Thoughts is energy too. Remember, it's not negative or positive. What makes it negative or positive? What makes it negative or positive is your perspective. Nothing is except thinking makes it so. I think Shakespeare said that. Nothing is good or bad except your thinking makes it good or bad. Viv, are you crazy? To rape some person is bad. Yes? That person who is raping or doing harm or abusing is out of harmony with the true self. Because your true self is peaceful, is compassionate. Your true self is... Where's your true self? Your true self right here, the crown chakra, is compassionate, peaceful, loving, and is in harmony with life and other people. And that's why Lou is working on what you call the holistic aspect of it. Okay? Lou's trying to help find trying to find the wholeness for the person so they can get back in balance with themselves again. Some of those veterans need a little drug, right? To keep them off the edge, right? Because otherwise they'd be gone. Some of them need a little, just to keep them on the edge. Just keep them going off on the deep end, right? But that's not what's healing them. What's healing them is the barometric work, the meditation, you understand? The havening. Those holistic things are getting the men and women to get back in touch with their true essence so they can heal themselves. Because your body, your intelligent body, can heal itself. That's what makes it so delicious and so wonderful.
Viv,
yes, my darling.
when you touched on what the electricity and the magnetism is, right away I thought of Titus. And it goes like, matter is the realm of things and facts. Mind is that of values and ideals.
Yes.
Matter is perishable. Mind is immortal.
Yes.
Once we spiritually think of something that's electrically bonded and magnetized in our system, it continues forever. It's like we think of people that have passed, great people in life.
Yes.
They're always with us.
Yes,
We'll hear a song.
Yes.
They'll put us right back to where we were.
Yes.
These are the things that stay with us. We think of our parents. We think of great times. These are the spiritual connections that are electric, that are coming from our brain.
Absolutely.
And it's always going to be there. Well, that dress or that car or that something is not going to be there forever.
That's correct. I'm glad you said that, Lou, because I have a younger brother who passed a while ago, and I was on my way someplace, and as if I was talking to my brother. It's like I had a connection with my brother. He was dead and gone. And in my car, his name is Vernon, by the way. In my car was a pencil that had the name Vernon on it. Don't ask me where the heck that pencil came from. I had never seen it before in my life. You follow?
Wow.
And in that moment, my brother Vernon, was connecting with me to say, hey sis, how you doing? I mean, that kind of, no, it sounds kind of weird, but it's not. It wasn't weird to me. It was like so soothing, like, I'm happy to know that you're fine. He said, oh no, yes, I'm always fine. Never worry about me. And I wasn't worried about it, but my point was, he let me know from the earthly perspective that, you know what, all is well. All really is well.
Wow.
How beautiful was that, right?
That's a beautiful thing, Vivian.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So this energy, ladies and gentlemen, is real. It's not a joke. It takes time. You just got to want to do better and to be better in life. And if you do and you want to, just know that thoughts are first cause. And the coaching I do really is always around thinking and thoughts. That's where I start, because I want to go to the source. A person who has cancer Yeah, they get chemotherapy to, kind of slow it down, but most of the time the chemotherapy kills them. I mean, if you think about it, it just prolongs the inevitable. I mean, not inevitable, but, they're going to be gone if they don't get the energy right. Okay? You can heal anything from energy, because that's the reason you're out of balance, or the reason you have the cancer, because the energy over a period of time, the chronic disease turned into a disease, and that was a problem. The last slide is this I have, and that is, I'm going to be back another month from now almost, on November 14th. We're going to be talking about feminine energy, masculine, mixed energy. It's all the same stuff, just different expression. Notice this symbol here, male, female intertwine, okay? People get all hung up about people's sexual orientation, all that kind of stuff. Sister Girl, I'm going to knock this out of the ballpark in November. I'm going to talk to you guys about that if you're interested. What to do about that. And then on December, which is a big deal, love, fear, illness, poverty, wealth, weight retention is all energy. What do you do about it? This is about your energy series. This whole series is about energy and how to change your life. Now, the energy, oh, wait a minute now. We talked about currency of life, energy. What's the thing I read the first time? What I read, the very first thing I read about currency of life? Who forgot that? Energy is what? Energy is the currency of the universe. Here's your bag of money, so why isn't it coming to me? There's a reason why it ain't come to you yet. Line up with the energy of wealth and you'll have it. That's why rich people keep getting richer. It ain't got nothing to do whether you're a Christian or you're not. It's not to do with your religion. It's about your thinking. You follow? It's the thinking part. And don't hate wealthy people. When you hate wealthy people, you're pushing money away from you. Congratulate them privately about their success. Don't look at how they got it. It's not your business how they got that money. If they had ill-gotten gains, what we call ill-gotten gains, don't you worry about what's going to happen to them. That's not your business. Your business is to feed your monkey. Uh-oh, heard that word, Carol. Your business is to feed your monkey. Carol has a monkey. It's about see no evil, hear no evil, and speak no evil, right, Carol? Carol's got 3 monkeys. She's got a monkey theme in her life. Carol, tell us about your monkeys, please. Share with us about.
Would you like to meet them?
Yes.
I have them right here on my shelf.
She was just looking at her monkeys. Look at that. Look, watch this now. Watch. Carol's monkeys are always talking to her.
Here's my trio.
Look at that. Carol, tell us about your monkeys, Carol.
Oh, they hang out in my office and they tell me not to be evil, so I have to listen to them.
It works.
You know what?
Cute.
The beauty of that for Carol is always asking about support, and the monkeys. I'm going to use this word. Bear with me by my using this word. The universe is answering her through her monkeys. That's what the universe is doing. Carol can travel. Carol, correct me if I'm wrong. No matter where Carol goes or where she's gone, Carol always sees monkeys in some form or fashion. Do you not, Carol? You see monkeys different places? Yes. You know what?
I mean, I had another coach tell me to take the monkey off your shelf, take the monkey out of your life.
No, I don't want you to take the monkey out of your life. Your monkey is serving you. But you got to pay attention to what it's saying to you. It's there to love on you, Carol. Okay? Message. The monkey has a message. Just listen to it. It's trying to tell you, girl. Pay attention to those monkeys. But you got to feed your monkey. That means you got to handle your business. You got to take care of the thing that's out of harmony for yourself. Okay? When you keep bumping up against something, that means you haven't got out of your comfort zone yet. You're still bumping against that wall. You're still limiting the possibilities for yourself. That's a coaching thing. Let's not coach today. So the last slide says this. It says thank you. So much for joining me today. I'm going to unshare the screen and let's have some comments, words, or questions. That's what we're here for. Let's not all speak at once. What are some takeaways? Let's some takeaways. I want to do some takeaways from you guys.
Ben?
Yeah.
Vivi, just want to thank you for you taking your time to help us get through this mental aspect of life. Really, you've been from the beginning, and ladies, I got to say this. as down as I used to get with this being a Vietnam vet and always
Yeah.
fighting the next foxhole or the next war,
Yeah.
this woman has always uplifted me, let me know that I could get this done. And here it is almost 10 years later, and
Yeah.
she's still doing it.
Yeah.
And Viv, I just need to thank you from the bottom of my heart for being that human being that you are.
It is my joy to love on you, Big Lou. It is my joy because I get so much out of loving on you. I get it right back, big time, big time. So yeah. And even if he hadn't said that, I still feel that way about him.
Okay.
So just keep it real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, bad.
Yeah. I want you all to
So
help. No, please go, Denise.
I learned, I learned about. Well, I knew that energy was around all of us. I mean, there are all different types of energy, and energy is around in everything. So that part I knew. I didn't know about the different parts of the body got different names.
Yes.
For the energy.
Chakras.
And
chakras, they're called chakras or bioenergy centers. Bio meaning life. That's what sustains you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was wondering why you named it I was wondering why you used those words to name this segment. I was like, what's this bioenergy stuff? I'm thinking about biology and you know, that type of thing. I'm like, what's bioenergy? All right, we're going to school today. So, but and then when you said the thing about the allergies in the heart, I was like, wait a minute, now that means I gotta find some way to fix this, you know, because like I said, I always got allergies, and my allergies have gotten a little more aggressive as I got older.
Yes.
Like it used to be, I only had allergies in March and April. Now it's like they just here all the time. They don't go nowhere, you know. But I have noticed that when I change up my diet, when I get disciplined and I stop, like if I can, when I leave alone milk, cheese, eggs, and bread, especially my corn muffins in the morning, because I always have a corn muffin and coffee, right? When I let that go for a week or so, my knees feel better. They don't ache as much. They're not as stiff, and my breathing is better, or my allergies are less. You know, because when I get the allergy thing, is the ears itch, and like internally the ears itch, and it's like, oh my god, I feel terrible. You know, and the only thing that helps is Benadryl.
Yeah.
You know, Claritin helps eventually. Benadryl works quickly. The only bad thing about Benadryl is it makes you sleepy. So you gotta take it early enough. Right, I gotta take, like for me, being that I have to get up early in the morning, I need to take the Benadryl like about 7 o'clock the night before. Because that way I can get it together by 5:15 to get up in the morning. No, if I take it later than that, I won't be at work in the morning. I'll be there in the afternoon.
So what Denise?
I'm still sleepy.
So what Denise just told us is you must pay attention to how you feel. Your body will always tell you what it likes and what it doesn't like. And Denise, for you, your body is sensitive to those things that, quote unquote, they don't want you to eat. Why? Because you putting it out of balance, and because it's out of balance, you are having those inflammatory, allergic responses to the food. You follow? So the question is, can you fix that? And the answer is you certainly can. And it's all about energy. And that's a whole process. I mean, maybe I'll do a whole workshop on bioenergy centers and how to fix that. Because it's gonna be about what you eat, but more importantly about what do you think about what you eat. You follow what I'm saying to you? How is it that some people can eat a whole lot of junk and don't get fat, and where there's other person who's skinny, other person who eat it and they like blow up like a balloon? What's that all about? Hello, think about that.
Metabolism. I've been told it's about metabolism.
It's not just your metabolism. It's your gut. Okay, it's very important, but also how you think about what you food. Are you eating from a place of thanksgiving and appreciation? How are you eating? Are you eating from a place of gladness? Is your body to the degree that it doesn't need that junk to feel good? You follow what I'm saying to you? You know, so your body knows exactly what it needs to heal itself. Pay attention to how you feel and follow it. I don't care if you've been eating hamburgers all your life. Your body might say, look, dude, or whatever, I don't like that meat because it has hormones in it that's hurting the cells of the body. And so I'm trying to tell you to stop eating that. I'm creating inflammation in your body so you can make your knee hurt so you can stop eating that junk. Hello. You have to listen to your body. Pay attention to how you feel. And what are you thinking about that? Remember I said thought is first cause? It is always the first cause of everything that happens in your life today. Always the first cause. It is 4:29. Oh, what time is it? Oh, it's 4:29. I ain't rushing nobody off the phone. I'm gonna stay here. I can chit chat. Did everybody give me feedback? Louie, Carol, your takeaways, Carol. You thought you were gonna get away.
You just know monkey.
We say the best for last.
See what I mean? I like to listen. I'm learning from you guys, but I didn't know anything about chakras until I met you.
I know, right?
You know? I mean, I never really read books about it or...
They don't teach that in school.
You don't have to read books about chakra, but you got to know about your body. You understand? Like I said to you, most of the things I talk to people about, they will never teach you that in elementary school.
Right.
Don't even ask me why they don't do that. Well, because of the dark. Oh, one thing I'm going to show you here. You probably can't see this. Can you see this?
Think and Grow Rich.
I introduced this to my grandson the other day. And the main sentence I read to him, and this is really what got his attention because bro man didn't really care.
You're like, oh, Grandma, really?
Yeah,
what?
That's exactly what he says. Are you kidding me? The book says if we were properly taught, it would also revolutionize the entire... Okay, what is back up? He believed the formula should be taught, the formula for success. It's not just about the Benjamins, but the formula for success in life in general should be taught in all public schools and colleges, and express the opinion that if it were properly taught, it would so revolutionize the entire education system that the time spent in school could be reduced to less than half. And when my grandson heard that, he says, Grammy, really? Because he doesn't really like school. He said, how is that possible? I said, the reason that's possible, Daniel Luke, is because they would cut out all this ancillary stuff that you guys don't need in school. Half the stuff, school does not teach you life skills. School doesn't teach you how to balance a checkbook. School doesn't teach you entrepreneurship. School doesn't teach you how to love yourself or to be self-aware. School doesn't teach you about how to go within for answers, to use your intuition and creativity. It doesn't teach you any of that. And that's what success is all about. How do you think a person who have found ways to make millions of dollars and then lose it all can go back and make more money again? How do you think? Why? Right here. They know how to think. They know how to create, to be creative about resources and what to do. People got wealthy during the pandemic. You know why? Because new opportunities availed themselves, and they jumped out of the box and jumped on it. And they are making money hands over fist. They're living the life they never lived before. They don't have to go to a 9-to-5 anymore. They work from home, Carol. Hello. Some of them buy RVs and travel the world or travel the country, living their dream.
You know, I wouldn't mind doing that.
Yeah, I just bought mine Friday.
Did you finally buy, Carol?
Really? Yeah, we bought one.
Congrats. She's been threatening to do that ever since I've been talking to her. Good. Congratulations. Now you're going to sell the house?
Congratulations.
Yeah, we have to figure out what to do with all our antiques. And I have like books like...
What kind of books do you have?
I have a lot of John Maxwell books. I have a lot of sales books. I have a lot of sort of healing books on thyroid conditions and...
Really? Carol, none of you guys have been to my house, right? No, you haven't been here yet.
Not the new house.
So in my office, 1, 2, 3, I have 4 bookcases.
Oh, wow.
4 of my books that I use all the time. Downstairs, I have 1, 2, 3, 4 bookcases. Upstairs in the office ahead of me is 4 bookcases, and in my office in Monroe, 5 bookcases. Do you think I like books?
Yeah, exactly. Good Lord.
Yeah, I don't have that many.
I love books, and on my shelf, Lou, are the title of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 books that I'm writing. One book is called Racism, the Untreated Pandemic. Okay, is it not untreated? Okay. COVID-19, the good, the bad, and the ugly.
Oh, I gotta read that one.
I know, right?
Yeah, right.
My life story called The Courage to Walk Away, My Journey to Spiritual Freedom. Another book is called How to Tune Into God. Tune, T-U-N-E, into God, like you tune into a radio station. How to Tune Into God.
Right.
Another book is called Scriptural Distortions, The Hidden Messages. And Denise can relate to this because, you know, Jesus told parables. And the scripture in Matthew says, except he spoke in parables, he didn't speak. A parable is a story behind a story. And when most preachers, they preach from the surface of the parable. They don't get the message behind the parable. And most people don't get the story behind that. But anyway, that's another story. And I talk about that in my book. What is the story behind the stories that we're reading about in the Bible? How does it relate to our everyday life? Because I talk about that. And the other book is...
You gotta have a preacher that does that.
Dreams.
What,
The
Lou?
dreams.
And the dreams.
That's what they say about dreams.
Yeah.
That the spirit is talking to us through dreams that are events that are happening in our life.
Yeah,
And
Joe.
that's how the whole thing had started.
Yeah.
The dreams, the poem to the manual to the foundation,
See?
the foundation to the award.
Yeah. I promise you, Lou Falco has had dreams about his work because it's in your dreams that you get instructions about your life. It's in the dreams. Pay attention to your dreams. They are very important. Here's one that's called Paradigm Shift, A New Way of Thinking. And the last one on the list is called The Breath of Life. There's something about breathing that's healing.
Funny you say that, and we got something for COVID.
Well, COVID came because we called for it, Denise. If you look at when COVID showed up, all hell was breaking loose in the world, was it not? We were in such a state in this country in particular. There was a lot of stuff going on here. You understand? In the middle of the craziness, here comes COVID. And what does COVID do? COVID shuts the whole planet down. It makes everybody go sit down. Did it not?
Yep. Yes, it did.
Yes, it did. It gave us a pause. It put the world on pause.
Yep.
Is it done yet? No. So, anyways, that's another conversation. So, anything else? Carol, what else did you get? We know you got. Let's give Carol a hand for her new purchase of an RV. Woohoo!
Hey!
Yeah. So I have a house full of things. They just have to go.
Yeah.
I was sorting through my mother had a collection of Fostoria. So I don't know if
what is Fostoria?
It's very, very fancy dinnerware and glasses. My mother apparently was in love with goblets and glasses and wine glasses and things that I didn't even know had names until the other day when I found out what these names were.
Oh.
So
antique lovers, honey.
I now officially have to do something with them, like actually take them to an antique store
and get them sold, sweetie pie. Trust me. This is why I want a bigger house, a big mansion to put all that stuff in it, because I love stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? I just love stuff like that.
But I don't entertain.
I know. Denise.
Well, maybe you should.
No, Denise. She's gonna be on the road now. I'm the entertainer. I'm the one who have parties. I'm the one who have parties.
All right, well.
But not the last couple. I haven't had parties the last couple of years because it's been a little crazy. So, and I'm in school right now full time. So there.
Okay, so listen. When you graduate, that means you gotta have the biggest graduation party.
Yep. I second that one.
Really?
Yeah. You graduating with a doctorate?
Dr. V.C. Hardison.
Dr. V.C. Hardison, yeah. I know a real good DJ. I know a couple of good DJs.
Would you guys still talk to me? Just kidding.
I'm gonna buzz the hell out of you.
So, are you guys both from Connecticut?
Who?
Nobody's from Connecticut. No.
And Louis.
No. These are New Yorkers.
Oh, okay.
New Yorkers.
Yeah.
Oh,
Vivian's
okay.
Vivian's actually from North Carolina.
I'm North Kakalaki girl.
Yeah,
Right.
so I'm from upstate New York originally.
Oh yeah, she's
from the
way
Lake George
upstate.
area.
Well, what's it's near where? Not Adirondack.
Saratoga and Lake George. I
Yes.
was born in a small town
Yeah, yeah.
That's
Lou, where are you
In that area.
from?
But I live in New
Where they
Hampshire.
had the Winter
right,
Olympics.
South Jamaica.
North of there. Yeah. In
Okay.
Lake Placid.
Wait a minute.
Yep.
Okay.
But Lou is a Long Islander. He was born in Long Island, right, Lou?
South Jamaica, Queens.
Look at that. I mean, Queens. Look at that. New Yorker to the bone. Denise, where
Yeah,
you
me too.
born? Denise to the bone.
I was born in Queens, but I was raised in Brooklyn. I claim Brooklyn all the time.
Look at
Even
that.
though I live in Queens now.
Get it right.
No, I was born in I was born in Queens. I was born in the old St. John's Hospital. The one that ain't there no more.
Oh,
right?
wow.
Right? But I was raised in Brooklyn.
And it's the only place where they have good pizza.
Oh, wait, you heard that? She said that's the only place where they have good pizza. Oh, and good Chinese food too. Hello, don't mess that up now. And Queens, oh my God. I live in Connecticut. It's so hard to get good Chinese food here. It's ridiculous. So I have to go to Brooklyn.
Get good pizza. Let's cut that out.
What'd you say about the
Yeah, you
pizza?
don't get no good
Wait,
pizza here.
Lou, talk about the pizza.
Let's talk about pizza now.
All right.
All right, you're making me hungry.
Okay,
I got-
folks. I'm all done. Unless you have something else for Coach Viv. We good?
Nice
Yeah, we're
meeting you, ladies. Carol, Denise,
Thank
Nice
you.
meeting you.
Amelia.
Yeah, nice to meet you guys as well.
So I invite you to come back on the 14th. God bless all of you. Peace and blessing. And Denise, go back to church.
It's over with now.
Oh, Pastor didn't
It's
find her
over.
because she left.
Yeah, I went down the block.
Oh, she's gonna be in trouble. Blame me, Denise. Tell the coach,
Okay, don't
tell
worry
your
about it.
pastor, this crazy woman Vivian. So listen, thank you for being on the call. Remember, we're gonna be back on November the 14th at 3 o'clock. Registration is free. Listen, guys, if you don't get the link ahead of time, email me ahead of schedule, please, because we had some folks who are having trouble getting on today. But I, what are you gonna do? I can't help them.
Yeah. So I actually have a coaching call with you on Thursday. I think
Tentative.
it's Thursday.
Yeah, I sent you some invoice, Carol. Did you get that?
Yeah, I did. And all right, so I just did that big fundraiser with my Rotary Club. So yeah,
I know
it
you're
cost me
busy.
a bunch of money to do that. So they just paid me yesterday after our
What?
event ended.
It cost
Now I
you
can
money?
pay you. What's that?
It cost you money, Carol, to do that?
Well, I paid out of pocket for a bunch of things. Yeah. So now they reimbursed me finally yesterday.
Oh my goodness.
Now I have the money.
Wow. Okay.
That's good.
Well,
Hey,
was
Carol, I got a
Yeah,
question for you.
we just did a major fundraiser at my Rotary Club, and because I right now have the time, I spearheaded an awful lot of it.
Oh,
So I was behind a lot of
yeah. Carol is the
buying
guru. Carol is a
whatever.
guru fundraiser. This woman raises. I mean, I have never met anybody like Carol. I'm kidding. I'm not kidding you. Unbelievable
All right,
woman.
so my Rotary Club raised $37,000.
Look at that.
Plus another $20,000 in sponsorships.
I helped.
Yeah, she
That's
did.
good.
She helped me a lot.
I helped her a little bit. I put my
No.
little 2 cents in. My little $25.
Yeah. So anyway, this is from the guy who mostly heads it up. You know, he wrote to me after I'm sitting at dinner last night. He said, "Thank you for all your hard work. Fantastic event, and everyone left happy because of your efforts."
See?
So
Good.
And that's all Carol wants from those people. I'm going to say that up front, really. But she had to work her tail off to get that. And it ought not to be that
Yeah.
way. It ought not to be that way. You understand? So,
That's true. Yep.
Yeah.
Hey, Carol, I got a question for you. Remember you said your mom likes all this China and stuff? You know the black China is made by a company called Mikasa?
no, I'm not familiar with it. No.
Oh, okay. Because there used to be a company called MICASA, right?
Okay.
And they made like a black glass china, right?
Okay.
They made dishes and cups and all that other stuff
Yep.
and a couple other things. I don't know if they're still in business after all these years, but back in the 90s, they was a big deal. So I was asking you, did you have any of those? Hold on to them. If you're gonna sell them, I'll buy them, right? And,
Yeah, no, but you know what I was crazy enough to collect personally? I collected like those Pepsi Coke glasses, you know, the
My husband
you
loves
know,
that
you pay the
stuff.
extra $1 at McDonald's.
Yes.
So I have a collection of Muppet glasses. I have a collection of Pepsi glasses. I have a collection of Coke glasses.
Okay.
So yeah, all those, and they're all worth like an extra $8 to $15 now for something that you pay the extra $1 for.
All right.
Are you gonna hire an auctioneer to auction your stuff off, Carol? Because it sounds like you need to do that. I'm not kidding you.
No, I've got to gradually just, you know, find places that will pay me for it.
Okay. Wow. I'm interested in the glassware of your mother's for sure.
All right.
I'm very
And
interested.
then I also have a beautiful, my mother was totally in love at Christmas time with a creche set, which if you're Catholic, it's the baby Jesus and, you know, Mary and Joseph and the 3 wise men and yeah.
I don't do that.
And that's from like the 1950s and 60s that
Yeah.
my, you know, parents invested in that because I remember it was a big deal every year at Christmas time when I was a little kid. You couldn't go near it, and you know, like if you break that thing, you're in big trouble.
trouble.
Big trouble. Right. Big, you need to run away from home.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stay on the call for those of you who want to stay on. If you gotta go, peace and blessings to all of you. Lou, you good, buddy? You good?
I gotta go, babe. Speak to you next week.
Okay, honey.
Yeah.
Take care.
Nice to meet you.
Hey, everybody.
Take
Be
care.
well.
God bless.
Yeah, take care.
Have a good day.
Denise, are you good? You have your question for me? Are you good?
No, I'm just saying. You know, I wanted to agree with you when you were saying about what the body gives you a signal about what it don't like. Because,
Yes.
my especially my left knee, when I eat too much salt or something that's overly salty, right? My left knee hurts more than it usually does. And like I didn't know that condensed soup was salty.
Oh my God, it's like 600 milligrams of sodium,
Oh
girl.
my God, it's more than that.
Sometimes 900 milligrams of salt.
Yeah. So I opened up a can of condensed soup just a couple years ago. I opened up a can of condensed soup. I think that was the last can of soup I had in the cupboard at that time, right? So I said, let me open it. Oh my God. And within about an hour, my knee was saying, I am going to make you suffer. How dare you eat
So
that
Denise,
stuff?
that triggered what you call inflammation in your joints. You understand?
Yes.
It's too much for your cells. You're making
Yes.
them work overtime. And they're like, your body's saying, Denise, I love you to the moon and back. Okay? But you keep assaulting us. And we're trying to tell you to
Right.
stop doing that.
Well, they don't have to worry about me with the condensed soup because now I read labels more. And anything that's I try to buy the healthy choice soup.
Good?
And recently I started making my own damn soup because even when you buy, first of all, the healthy choice soup still got salt, but not as much.
Yeah.
But buy soup out here from the restaurants, they want $9 for this little thing of soup.
Yes,
I'm like,
they do.
wait a minute. That's not enough soup for $9. What happened to the rest of it? You know?
Denise, they're paying rent. Hello? So there. You got to pay for their rent. So there.
I started making my own daggone soup.
Okay.
I bought celery, noodles, vegetables, peas and carrots,
Makes sense.
right, and some other stuff.
And that's also much healthier for you, Denise, too. When you made your own soup, it's much healthier because you know what's in it.
Yes.
No
Yes.
preservatives.
Have you ever made chili? Do you make chili at all? Because
Yes.
chili's really good
Denise-
for you with
Denise
the
makes
beans
chili,
and the
yeah.
legumes and
I made chili. My friends taught me how to make chili.
I heard about Denise's
Yeah.
chili. Yeah, she's threatened to make some
So-
for me one day.
I have a book about chili, and I had no idea there were so many different ways to make